Thomas, who has a great recipe for breakfast, brunch, or dinner. Here she is.
Hey all, it's Jess. I don't know about you, but there are times when I feel like there's stuff that's in my fridge that may be getting a little too old. That's when I break out the quiche recipe. This recipe is for the perfect quiche, and it's so flexible because you can interchange different vegetables and meats. It's delicious. So let's get started on the perfect quiche. Pie crust from your refrigerated section or homemade is fine. I blind bake it to dry it out a bit. Then I assemble all my vegetables so I can saute them individually. If you're doing mushrooms, I recommend getting your pan screaming hot. They can slowly cook, get brown, and dried out, so it's not wet and soggy. Then I get ready for my next layer. I've already done my broccoli, and now I'm going to do some bell peppers and onions. Each of these vegetables takes its own time to cook, so that's why I do it separately. Make sure that they're not too soggy, but crisp tender. Now time for layering. You can either put cheese on the bottom or your first layer of vegetables, or chopped up sausage, chopped up bacon, ham, whatever you like. Now you can either mix all of your cheeses together and put them on layer by layer, or one flavor at a time. Just continue layering until you've used up all your ingredients. That's why this is so perfect. If you're trying to clean out your fridge, maybe you have people coming over and you need to make room, this uses up everything. And all these seemingly random ingredients taste delicious together. So throw in whatever you have. In a separate bowl, break 5 eggs and add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground mustard, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. Beat your eggs and spices and then add your milk product. I do a combination of milk and sometimes heavy cream or half and half. It just gives it a richer flavor. You may not need all of this eggs mixture, so pour it on slowly and see how high it goes up. You want it up to the crust. I like to add a layer of halved tomatoes or tomato slices sprinkled with salt. It just looks really pretty and tastes good too. Then I have my oven at 375 degrees to bake for about an hour. Check to make sure it's not jiggly in the middle, and then you know it's ready. So as you can see, this recipe is super flexible. You'll be able to use those things that are still good in your fridge, and it's super delicious. Everybody's gonna be asking you for this recipe. You can find me on Instagram at Jess Soul Food if you have any questions. Thanks so much for joining me.
Wow, look at that, the perfect quiche. Thanks, Jess, and she'll be teaching a cooking class through the University of Tennessee in February.